Hello, everybody. Yoko Double 7 here, bringing you another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. In today's game, we've got the 10 and 17 Cincinnati Reds taking on the 17 and 10 St. Louis Cardinals. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between the Reds and the Cardinals. Cardinals taking the game 1 of the series. Reds looking to tie it up. Who's going to come out on top? We'll find out in 9 innings time. And let's take a look at the starting defense for the Cincinnati Reds. Leading off, the center fielder, Corey Patterson. Batting second, the shortstop, Jeff Kippinger. Batting third, the right fielder, Ken Griffey Jr. Batting fourth, the second baseman, Brandon Phillips. He'll be in the cleanup position. Batting fifth, the left fielder, Adam Dunn. Batting sixth, the third baseman, Edwin Encarnacion. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Joey Votto. Batting eighth, the catcher, Paul Bacco. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Johnny Cueto. On the mound for the Cardinals, it is Joe Pinheiro. He'll come in today's game with a starting ERA of 3.15. 1 win, 1 loss, no saves. He's pitched 20 innings, allowed 21 hits, 18 strikeouts, and 2 walks. We're here at Busch Stadium, which gives a -3 to strikeouts, nothing to walks, and nothing to home runs. And with that, Corey Patterson makes his way up into the batter's box. He's batting right on the Mendoza line. He's batting a 200, and we are ready for the first pitch. And that'll be a 4-4. Column 4, row 4. That is a range play. Whose range are we checking? On a range play, we do check the first number of the outfielder on that, and that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. Power hit to ankle. Now, ankle's range is a 1, but first we got to figure out what type of hit is it going to be. We take a look at Joel. He is a right-handed pitcher. So, off the batter card, we're going to look to the right-handed question mark line. On a 1 to 3, it's a single. 4 to 11, it's a double. 12, it's a triple. If it's 13 to 20, it's a flyout. It's a 17, so it is going to be a flyout to ankle. His range is a 1.
Fly ball, left center field. Tries to catch it.
It's a 3. Ankle can't make the play, and that'll drop in for a base hit. We roll 1 D20, so if the D20 comes up 5 to 20, it is a single. In this case, that is a base hit. And Corey Patterson will start this game off with a base hit. Let's take a look at the starting defense for the St. Louis Cardinals. We've got Duncan out there in left field. Ankle will be in right. Schumacher will be in right field. Going around the horn, we've got Gladys on third. Zuchus will be playing short. Kennedy on second, Pujols at first, Molan behind the plate, and Joel will be on the mound. Whenever we have a runner on base, we do roll for strategy. Strategy rolls a 13. The Reds are going to hold off on that. Next up is Jeff Kippinger. Kippinger batting a 243. Infield goes to double play depth. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. That is another range play. By the way, ankle is 1 for 12 on his range plays. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. That is a split result off of the batter card. Now, split results off the batter card, you take a look at the pitcher card, and you would determine if the pitcher is left or right-handed. In this case, Joel's a right-handed pitcher. So off of the batter card, we are going to look to the right-handed side of the slash, and that'll be a ground ball to Zuchus. Zuchus' range is on a 1 to 3. That is a 6, and Zuchus just misses it. And it gets by him. Patterson will go to second, but does he pick up the extra base? Does he go to third? He will advance from first to third on a base run rating of a 5 to 6. That is a 5. And he will advance to third. So with that, runners are on the corners. And next up, it's going to be Ken Griffey Jr. He's batting a 296. Strategy roll is a 5. And the infield this time is going to be in. And when the infield is in, range plays get a -2. And base run ratings, and the base run rating on third gets a -2. Nothing on the strategy roll, and that'll be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1, that will be a blank. And that'll be a 6-3. Column 4, row 3, I'm sorry. Column 4, row 3 is a double star 6. It's going to be a fly ball back there to Schumacher. He'll make the catch. And we are going to see if Corey will advance. And that is on a 2 to 5, that is a 6. So nothing happens there. Well, let's see. On a 2 through 5, we are going to check the blue die. I mean, not the blue die, the white die here. And it says, the lead runner thrown out, but if the trailing runner's BR, no adjustments, is greater than or equal to the roll, he will advance. Kippinger's base run rating is a 2, so he will advance. Corey Patterson runs for home. He tags up, runs for home. Schumacher sees it, throws it to Milan. He throws, Patterson slides, and he's he's tagged out as he slides into home plate, and the umpire calls him out. And Kippinger will hold on second, holds on first. So 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Brandon Phillips, who's batting a 250. Strategy roll is a 16. Reds are going to stand pat, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. And that'll drop in for a base hit past the pitcher. And with that, Kippinger will go to second. Does he advance he'll go from first to third on a base run rating of a 4 to 6. That is a 3, and he will hold. Adam Dunn is up. Dunn batting a 286. Strategy roll is an 8. 2 outs, runners on first and second. And when we have 2 outs, we add a +1 to the base run rating. And here is the pitch to Dunn. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 11. The 10 is in range. Struck him out. Struck him out as the Reds will leave 2 stranded. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on for the Reds. We go to the bottom of the first, and here is the starting lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals. Leading off the right fielder, Skip Schumacher. Batting second, the second baseman, Adam Kennedy. Batting third, the first baseman, Albert Pujols. Batting fourth in the cleanup position, the center fielder, Rick Ankel. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Troy Gladys. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Chris Duncan. Batting seventh, the center fielder, Yadier Molan. Batting eighth, the pitcher, Joel Pinheiro. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Cesar Izutris. On the mound for the Reds, it is Johnny Cueto. Cueto comes into the game with an ERA of a 2.25. He's got 5 wins and no losses. He's pitched 32 innings, allowed 23 hits, 26 strikeouts, and 8 walks. And with that, Schumacher batting a 268 makes his way up into the batter's box. And he is ready for the pitch. And And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-2. That is a 2. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that'll put one away. And let's take a look at the starting defense for the Cincinnati Reds. We've got Dunn out there in left field. Patterson will be in center. Griffey at right. Going around the horn, we've got a Carcion on third. Kippinger will be at short. Phillips will be on second. Votto will be on first. Baco will be behind the plate. And Kuto will be on the mound. Adam Kennedy batting a .286. And the pitch, and that'll be a 4-1. Column 4, row 1. That is a walk. And the range for the walk will be on a 1-6. That is a 19. And the 19 is too high. And that'll be a 1-4. Column 1, row 4. Power hit to Dunn. On a 1-5, it's a single. 6, it's a double. 17-13, it is a triple. It's a 9. That'll be good for a triple. Kennedy smacks a triple down the left field side. Dunn having to go chase it. Ball bounces off the wall. Patterson will come over. Dunn picks it up, throws it into Kippinger, and with that, Kennedy will slide into third. And with that, Kennedy will lead off. Kennedy with a big triple. Next up, it's going to be Albert Pujols. He's batting a .405. Strategy roll is a 17. Infield is in. And here is the pitch. Cardinals are standing pat on the strategy roll, and that'll be a 1-6. Column 1, row 6, possible error on a throw. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Fly ball back there to Griffey. He'll make the catch. And error range is on a 1-4 for Griffey. That is a 19, no error there. We will check for sacrifice. Kennedy about ready to tag up. The die roll is, sacrifice rating is a 3, and the rule says we roll 1d6 if it is less than the sacrifice rating of the batter plus the MOD. The runner scores. The MOD for F9 is a +1. That is a 3. The die roll is a 3. Kennedy will tag up, and he will score. On a sac fly, it's 1-0 Cardinals. Rick Ankel is up. He's batting a .271, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1-11. The 4 is in range. Struck him out. And that will retire the side. It's 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on for the Cardinals. After 1, it's Cardinals 1, Reds nothing. We go to the top of the second, and it'll be Edwin Encarnacion, Joey Votto, and Paul Baco due up for the Big Red Machine. Edwin Encarnacion batting a .217. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. That is a blank. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Ground ball up the middle to Joel. He'll get it, throws it underhand to Pujols, who will tag the base, and puts one away. Joey Votto batting a .414. And that'll be a 2-3, column 2, row 3. That is a double question mark. It's a single on a 1-10. That is a 6, and that'll be good for a base hit for Votto. And Joey will get on with a base hit. Next up, it's going to be Paul Bacco. Bacco batting a 348. Runner on first. The infield goes to double play depth. And when the infield goes to double play depth, the range is a -1. The ground double play rating gets a +1. And the base run rating on third gets a -1. So we have nobody on third, just a runner on first. Strategy roll is a 6, and the Reds are going to stand pat. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-5, column 3, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-11. The 12 is too high. And with that, that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Line drive up the middle to Pinheiro. He'll make the catch. And the runner is doubled up. It's a double play. And on an L1, on a double play, it's a 1-4 for first. The runners are doubled up. They turn the double play to end the inning. It's no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. We go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Troy Gladys, Chris Duncan, and Yadier Molan due up for the Cardinals. Troy Gladys batting a 303, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-1, column 3, row 1. That is a walk. On a 1-19, the 16 is in range, and they're going to walk him, so he'll trot on down to first. And with that, Chris Duncan comes up. Duncan batting a 224. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 9. The Cardinals are going to stand pat. Infield at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Ground ball up the middle to Phillips. His range is on a 1-2. Ground ball up the middle to Phillips. His range is on a 1-2. It is a 3. And he'll go for the diving catch. Can't make it as the ball tips off his glove. And with that, Griffey hustling in to make the catch there. Throws it over to Kippinger to hold the runners at first and second. Gladys will advance to third on a 3-6. That is a 2. The runners will hold. No outs, runners on first and second. The strategy roll is a 10, and that'll bring up Yadier Molan, who's batting a 263. Infield still at double play depth, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1, the 11 is too high. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Double star 5. It'll be a ground ball to the shortstop to Kippinger. He'll make the catch. And we will check for a double play rating. First of all, Gladys on second will advance to third. And let's see, double play rating. 0 off of Johnny Cueto Phillips, who is the pivot. So when balls are hit to the shortstop on a right-handed batter, the pivot will be second base on that. So nothing there. We do get the +1 from the double play rating there. So that makes the double play rating a 4. And we will take 1d6, roll it against the 4. That is a 4. The die roll is a 4. Ground double play rating is a 4. And the rule says if the roll is less than or equal to the ground double play rating, it is a double play. And they return a 6-4-3 double play. And they turn the double play. Gladys on third, 2 outs. Runner in third, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Joel Pinheiro. Pinheiro batting a 250. The strategy roll is a 2. Cardinals are going to stand pat here. The infield is at normal depth, and that'll be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4, at the ballpark. When your result off of the pitcher card is the at symbol, you resolve the play off of the ballpark card. And that'll be a 6-4, column 6, row 4. It'll be a ground ball to Baco. He'll make the catch. No error rating for Baco is on a 1 to 6. That is a 7. There is no error there. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side.
Have you picked your designated driver for this evening? Please remember to drink responsibly.
So no runs, 1 hit, and no errors, and 1 left on. After 2, it's Cardinals 1, Reds nothing. We go to the top of the 3rd, and it'll be Johnny Cueto, Corey Patterson, and Jeff Kippinger due up for the Reds. Johnny Cueto batting a 154. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 14. The 6 is in range. Struck him out. Struck him out, and we go to the top of the order. Corey Patterson, who is 1 for 1 today. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Split result off of the pitcher card. You're going to take a look at the batter card. And in this case, Corey Patterson is a left-handed batter. So on the pitcher card, we are going to look to the left-hand side of the slash. It's a strikeout on a 1 to 5. The 14 is too high. And with that, it'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It'll be a base hit past second base. And with that, Patterson gets on with a base hit. So, runner on first, and that'll bring up Jeff Kippinger. Kippinger is 1 for 1. Infield is at double play depth. Strategy roll is a 16. Reds are going to stand pat, and here is the pitch. And that is a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Ground ball to Izutris. He'll make the catch. Check for double play here. Pivot is Kennedy. That is a 3 for the ground double play rating. The die roll is a 5. And this time the rule says if the roll is greater than, the runner on first is forced out at second. So it's going to become a fielder's choice. Patterson is forced out at second. And Kippinger will get on by fielder's choice. Ken Griffey Jr. is up. He is 0 for 1. Strategy roll is a 4. 2 outs. And the Reds are standing pat for strategy. Here's the pitch. And that'll be a 3-3. Column 3, row 3. Possible error on a ground ball. Now, on an error check, that is the number in the brackets. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 2-1. Column 1, row 2. It is a double star 3. It is a ground ball to Kennedy. His error range is on a 1 to 9. That is an 11. No error there. And that will retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors. And the Reds leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Cesar Izutris, Skip Schumacher, and Adam Kennedy due up for the Cardinals. Cesar Izutris batting a 350. And the pitch. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4, at the ballpark. So we're going to go to Busch Stadium for this play, and that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. Power hit to Griffey. On a 1, it's a single. 2 to 7, it's a double. 8, triple. On a 9 to 13, it's a home run. And if it's a 14 to 20, it's a flyout. It's an 18, it's going to be a flyout there. Griffey runs back, sees it, goes to the wall, makes a jump, and the catch. and gets the out and puts one away. And we go to the top of the order. Skip Schumacher, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up at bat. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a walk plus on a 1 to 18. That is a 10, and that'll be good for a walk. Now, on a walk plus, we add 10 to the range for the walk, minus or plus whatever the modifier is for the walk range of the ballpark. In this case, it is a flat 10, and that is where the 18 is. So Schumacher will trot on down to first. And with that, Adam Kennedy is up. Kennedy is 1 for 1 today with a triple and a run scored. Strategy roll is a 6. Cardinals are going to stand pat infield at double play depth. And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1 to 4. The 6 is too high. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Ground ball down the first baseline to Votto. He'll make the catch. We'll check for double play rating. Nothing from Johnny Cueto, but we remember we do have the +1 from the double play range. So this time when balls are hit to first base, the pivot is the shortstop. Kippinger being the pivot, that is a 0. So the ground double play range is a 3. We take 1D6, roll it against the 3. That is a 4. It is high. However, Schumacher will get forced out at second. So with that, Kippinger will tag him out at second, and Kennedy will get on by fielder's choice.
Fans who interfere with play on the field will be escorted from the stadium.
And with that, we have Albert Pujols up. Has the RBI for the game today? No, he's 0-0 right now. Strategy roll is a 14, infield at normal depth. 2 outs, runner on first. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3 at the ballpark. And that'll be a 6-5, sorry. Column 6, row 5, and that's going to be a ground ball down the third baseline to Encarnacion. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and the Cardinals leave one stranded. After 4, it's Cardinals 1, Reds nothing. We go to the top of the 4th. It's going to be Brandon Phillips, Adam Dunn, and Edwin Encarnacion due up for the Reds. Brandon Phillips, 1 for 1. As we start the top of the 4th, 3-1. Column 3, row 1. That's going to be a strikeout on a 1 to 6. The 8 is out of range. The 8 too high. 2-5, column 2, row 5. That's going to be a double star 6. And that is going to be a fly ball back there to Schumacher. He'll make the catch. And put one away. Adam Dunn, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. It's a range play. And whose range are we checking? It's going to be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. Double, power hit to ankle. His range is a 1, but let's see. For Adam Dunn on a 1 to 2, it's a single. 3 to 5, double. 6 is a home run. It's a 1. That's going to be good for a base hit. Ankles ranges on a 1. That's a 4. He won't be able to make the play. He quickly scoops it up as it drops in front of him, throws it over to Kennedy, and that'll hold Dunn at first. And Dunn is on with a base hit. 1 for 13 now on his range plays. Edwin Encarnacion, 0 for 1. Strategy roll 15. The Reds are going to stand pat. Reds are down by 1 here in the top of the 4th. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. That'll be a base hit past Joel. And with that, Dunn will go to second, Carcion to first. And with that, we'll check to see, does Dunn pick up the extra base? He'll go from first to third on a 4-6. Base run rating is a 2. He will hold. Next up, that's going to be Joey Votto. Votto is 1 for 1 today. Strategy roll is a 7. And they're going to stand pat on strategy, and that'll be a 4-2. Column 4, row 2. 1 out, runners on first and second. The infield is at double play depth. That's going to be a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that's going to be a 3-2. Column 3, row 2. Fly ball back there to ankle. His range is a 1. This time he'll make the catch.
Boy, he had to cover a lot of ground to make that grab.
And he had a hustle for that one. Makes the catch on the warning track, by the way, too. Done. We'll check to see, does he advance from second to third? On balls hit to F8, we subtract 1 from the base run rating. If 1d6 is less than or equal to the adjusted base run rating, the runner advances to third. That is a 0. The die roll is a 2, so he will hold. 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Strategy roll is a 16. Reds are going to stand pat, and here comes Paul Bacco, who is 0 for 1. Infield normal depth. And that'll be a 3-4. Column 3, row 4. Possible error. Whose error range are we checking? And that'll be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6, double star 5. It's going to be a fly ball back there to ankle. Error range is a 0. That is a 12. There is no error there. And with that, that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, and no errors, and 2 left on for the Reds. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be Rick Ankle, Troy Gladys, and Chris Duncan due up for the Cardinals. Rick Ankle, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4, double question mark. Now, double question mark off of the pitcher card. That is the only thing we follow right now, even when the pitcher is not tired. So it'd be double star on a 1 to 11. The 18 is too high. And that'll be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. Fly ball back there to Patterson. And Patterson will make the catch and put 1 away. Troy Gladys walked his last time up. And here's the pitch. And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3, double star 2. That's a fly ball back there to Griffey. He'll make the catch. And Griffey will put 2 away. Chris Duncan, 1 for 1. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 9, the 17 is too high. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Ground ball to Kippinger. He'll make the catch there. And that'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Cardinals retire the Reds in order. As the Reds retire the Cardinals in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, and no errors. After 4, it's Cardinals 1, Reds nothing. We go to the top of the 5th. It's Johnny Cueto. Corey Patterson and Jeff Kippinger due up for the Reds. Taking a look here at Joe Pinheiro, he can face 9 more batters before he is considered tired. Johnny Cueto, 0 for 1, struck out his last time up. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-6, column 4, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 14, the 7 is in range. Struck him out. And 1 away, and we go to the top of the order. Corey Patterson, 2 for 2. Patterson, 4-4, column 4, row 4. It's a range play. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. Fly ball back there to Duncan. His range is on a 1-3. It's a 3. Duncan will make the catch. And with that, he is 3 for 5 on his range plays, and that's 2 quick outs there. Jeff Kippinger now 1 for 2. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Home run chance on a 1-2. The 20 is too high. And 1-6, column 1, row 6, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. Kennedy will get that, throw it over to Pujols, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors as the Cardinals retire the Reds in order. It's 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Yadier Molina, Joel Pinheiro, and Cesar Izutris due up for the Cardinals. Taking a look here at Johnny, he can go 8 more batters before he is considered tired. Yadier Molina is 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that'll be a 3-6, column 3, row 6. Home run on a 1-3. The 19 is too high. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Ground ball to the shortstop to Kippinger. He'll make the catch, throw it over to Joey. And that'll be out number 2, 2 away. I'm sorry, 1 away. Joe Pinheiro is 0 for 1 and the pitch. Joel, 2-5, column 2, row 5, range play at the ballpark. We're going to go to Busch Stadium, and that'll be a 1-3, 2-1, column 2, row 1, double star 3. That's a ground ball to Phillips. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 3. Phillips will make the catch, throws it to Joey. And that will retire, and that puts 2 away. Phillips is 4 for 8 on his range plays. He's about 50% so far in this replay. Cesar Izutris is 0 for 1 and the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. That is a walk plus. Cesar being a switch hitter, so he's batting left. On a 1-18, the 13 is in range. And remember, on a walk plus, we add 10. So Izutris trots on down to first, and we go to the top of the order. Skip Schumacher is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3, at the ballpark. And that'll be a 5-4, column 5, row 4. That's a pop-up to the catcher. Baco will get it. Takes off his mask. Error ranges on a 1-6. That is a 2. And a roll of an even on an error check. There is no error. And with that, Molina will make the... He makes the catch, and that will retire the side. So no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on as the Reds retire the... And 1 left on, sorry, as the Red... As that retires the side. We go to the... After 5, it's Cardinals 1, Reds nothing. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Ken Griffey Jr., Brandon Phillips, and Adam Dunn due up for the Reds. Ken Griffey Jr. is 0 for 2. And the pitch, and that'll be a 3-2, column 3, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-5. The 17 is too high. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. It's a double out there in the center field.
He rocks one to right center field. That'll shoot the gap and go to the wall. And one hops the wall.
One hopper off the wall. Ankle gets it, plays it off the wall, throws it to Izutris. And Griffey will get in for a double. Reds with a runner in scoring position. That's going to bring up Brandon Phillips. He's 1 for 2 today. Strategy roll is a 10. Infield at normal depth, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-2, column 1, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1-6, the 15 is too high. And that'll be a 5-2, column 5, row 2. Ground ball up the middle to Pinheiro. He'll make the catch. And with that, runners advance on balls hit to the shortstop or the pitcher. If the BR beats the die roll, Griffey's base run rating is a 1. The die roll is a 5. The out is at first. So 1 out. Griffey will hold at second, and that'll bring up Adam Dunn. Dunn is 1 for 2 today with a strikeout. Strategy roll 15. Red's going to stand pat. 6-1. Column 6. Row 1. Home run on a 1-20. That is a 16. And kiss that ball goodbye. That ball's going back. It's deep. It's high down the center field line as Adam Dunn hits it off the batter's eye. It's a 2-run home run for Adam Dunn, and it puts the Reds up 2-1. They take a 1-run lead here on a much-needed home run. And with that, it is his 8th home run of the replay. And the Reds take a 1-run lead here at the top of the 6th. And as we say with Inside Pitch, no lead is safe. Edwin Encarnacion is up. He's 1 for 2 today. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Home run on a 1-14. The 17 is too high. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Base hit past the shortstop. With that, and Edwin Encarnacion will get on with a base hit. Joey Votto up. Votto is 1 for 2. Strategy roll is an 18, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. Home run chance on a 1-4. The 13 is too high. And that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. Fly ball back to the ankle. He'll make the catch. And puts 2 away. Paul Balco is 0 for 2. Strategy roll 17. Infield at normal depth. Runner on first. And that'll be a 6-5, column 6, row 5. That is a strikeout on a 1-11. 11 right on the edge of the range. Strikes him out. So 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors, and the Reds will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Adam Kennedy, Albert Pujols, and Rick Ankel due up for the Cardinals. Adam Kennedy is 1 for 2 today with a triple and a run. And that'll be a 6-4, column 4, row 6. That is a home run chance on a 0. The 12 is too high. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Power hit to Griffey. On a 1-5, it's a single. 6, it's a double. 7-13, it is a triple. He already has a triple today. It is a 20. Griffey runs back to the wall, makes the catch, and puts 1 away. Albert Pujols is 0 for 1 with an RBI. And that'll be a 4-4, column 4, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. Pop up to the shortstop. Kippinger will get underneath that. Makes the catch and puts 2 away. Rick Ankel, 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and here is the pitch. Ankel, 3-4, column 3, row 4. At the ballpark. And that'll be a 1-3, column 1, row 3. HRP on a 1-19. That is a 3, and that is a solo home run by Rick Ankle.
Swing a long drive. This ball is out of here.
Smacks it down the right field side. Griffey runs back to the wall, but that ball is deep. Kiss it goodbye. See you later. And Rick Ankle with a solo home run ties the game up at 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Ankle that's his 4th home run of the replay. And we are all tied up at 2, and that'll bring up Troy Gladys. 0 for 1, walked his last time up. The pitch. 6-4, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-6. The 16 is too high. And that'll be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. That'll be a ground ball to the shortstop. Kippinger will get that. And that will retire the side. So 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and none left on. After 6, we're tied at 2. We go to the top of the 7th. It's going to be Johnny Cueto, Corey Patterson, and Jeff Kippinger due up for the Reds. And with that, Joe Panino is tired, and we do have a new pitcher on the mound. During that bottom half of the inning, the Cardinals were warming up their bullpen. So let us see who they are going to bring in. And they are going to bring in Kelvin Jimenez. Kelvin's going to come into the game. He comes into the game with a 1.50 ERA. 2 wins and no losses. He's pitched 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Taking a look at the stats here for Joe Panino. He went 6 innings, allowed 10 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 1 home run, and ERA of a 3.11. 9-1-2 due up for the Reds. Johnny Cueto. Are they going to let Cueto here take the hit? They are. So Cueto is going to take the hit. And that'll be a 2-6, column 2, row 6. That is a blank. Cueto, 6-4, column 6, row 4. Ground ball up the middle to Pujols. He'll make the catch, and that'll put 1 away. We go to the top of the order. Corey Patterson is 2 for 3, and the pitch. To Patterson, that'll be a 5-6, column 5, row 6. That is a wild pitch. Nobody is on for the wild pitch, so we're just going to roll for Patterson. And that'll be a 3-3, column 3, row 3. Kelvin is a right-handed pitcher, so we'll look to the right-handed side of the slash. That is a double out there in the center field. Smacks it back there. Ankle has to go chasing it a little bit, throws it into his Utris, and by the time he does that, Patterson is safe with a double. So 1 out, runner on second. That's going to bring up Jeff Kippinger. He's 1 for 3 today. Infield at normal depth. Strategy roll is a 6. And that'll be a 1-1, column 1, row 1. That is a walk on a 1-6. 16 is too high. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3, ground ball to Gladys. He'll make the catch there, throws it over to Pujols, and the out will be at first, and he would advance on a roll of a 6 only. The die roll is a 1. Let's see. Are they going to send him? That is a 12. They are not going to send him for the steal. And here comes Ken Griffey Jr., and that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5, double star. And that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, to Izutris. He'll make the catch and sing, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the Reds will leave 1 stranded. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Chris Duncan, Yadier Milan, and Kelvin Jimenez due up for the Cardinals. Let's take a look at the box score after 6.5 have been played here at Busch Stadium. The Reds scored 2 runs in the 6th inning. It's 2 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The Cardinals scored a run all the way back in the 1st inning and then a run in the 6th inning to tie the game up. It's 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. Duncan, Milan, and Jimenez are due up for the Cardinals. Chris Duncan, 1 for 2. Johnny Cueto going back out there on the mound, so most likely this is going to be his last inning. And that'll be a 6-6, column 6, row 6. That'll be a walk plus on a 1-24. The 18 is in range, and that'll be good for a walk. So the go-ahead run is walked to first, and that's going to bring up Yadier Milan, who is 0 for 2. Infield double play depth. Strategy roll is a 10, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 1-4, column 1, row 4. That is a strikeout on a 1. The 6 is too high. And that'll be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. Fly ball back there to Griffey. He'll make the catch. And that'll put 1 away. And with that, Johnny Cueto now tired. So when the pitcher is now tired, if we roll a 2-4, a 4-5, or a 2-6, the pitcher will get pulled. So bullpen is starting to warm up. And that'll be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Kelvin, is he going to take the hit? No, he is not. And I rolled that way too quickly there. So Kelvin not going to take the hit. And they're going to bring in Rico Washington. So Washington going to take the hit here. So we're going to re-roll that. Washington batting a 333, and that's going to be a 6-2, column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout on a 1-13. The 14 is too high. Strategy roll, by the way, is a 19, and they are going to stand pat on strategy. 4-1, column 4, row 1, ground ball to Kippinger. He'll make the catch. That is a 6. The die roll is a 2. The pivot being Phillips on balls hit to the shortstop. And it is a 6-4-3 double play. And it's a double play to get out of the inning there. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And the Cardinals will leave 1 stranded. After 7, we're tied at 2. We go to the top of the 8th, and they are going to bring in actually, they're going to bring in Ron Villanone. Ron's going to come in for this inning here. Ron, no ERA. But he has pitched 5 2/3 innings, allowed 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Does come into the game with a special K rating. We'll talk about that when it comes into play. Kelvin went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, an ERA of a 1.29. Brandon Phillips is 1 for 3, so 4, 5, and 6 due up with that. Also, a little bit of a change there. Ankle going to come out in center field. And they're going to put in Ryan Ludwig. Ludwig going to come in to... Nope, no double. They're not going to do any other switches there. So Ludwig going to take over in center field. Brandon Phillips is 1 for 3 on the pitch. And that'll be a 5-1, column 5, row 1. That is a strikeout on a 1-4. The 3 is in range. Struck him out. Adam Dunn. 2 for 3 today with the solo home run, a strikeout, a run, and 2 RBIs. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. That is a strikeout on a 1-10. The 18 is too high. 16 outside of the range of the special K, and that's going to be a 2-5. Column 2, row 5. Fly ball back there to Ludwig. And that'll put 2 away. Edwin Encarnacion, 2 for 3, and here is the pitch. And that'll be a 6-1, column 6, row 1. It's a range play. 18 outside of the range of the special K, 2-1, column 2, row 1. Double star. That's a double star 4. It's a fly ball back there to Schumacher. His range is on a 1-3. That is a 1. Schumacher with the catch. And that will retire the side. So the Reds go down in order. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Cesar Azucha, Skip Schumacher, and Adam Kennedy. Johnny Cueto comes out. And they're going to bring in Bill Bray. Bill Bray going to get the call up here. Bray comes into the game with a 7.20 ERA. No wins and 1 loss. He's pitched 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Take a look at the stats here for Johnny. He won 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 home run, an ERA of a 2.30. Cesar Azucha is 0 for 1 today with a walk, and here is the pitch. 9-1-2 due up in the lineup, and that will be a 2-5, column 2, row 5. Home run chance on a 1-7. The 10 is too high. 1-1, column 1, row 1. Fly ball back there to Griffey. 1 away, and we go to the top of the order. Skip Schumacher is 0 for 2 today with a walk and a strikeout. And here is the pitch. Schumacher going to take the hit. And that'll be a 6-3, column 6, row 3. Strikeout on a 1-5. The 4 is in range. Struck him out. Struck him out, and that's going to bring up Adam Kennedy. Kennedy 1 for 3 today with a triple and a run. And that'll be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout plus on a 1-15. We add 10 minus 3, so we add 7 to that range. That's where the 1-15 comes. That is a 1, and that's going to be a strikeout. Struck him out, and that will retire the side as the Reds retire the Cardinals. In order, 3 up, 3 down, no runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. After 8. We're still tied at 2. We go to the top of the 9th. Joey Votto, Paul Balco, and Bill Bray do up for the Reds. Will we see some 9th inning magic? So once again, the Cardinals are going to go back to the bullpen. Roy Villanone not going to take the hit here. Not going to pitch in this inning, and they're going to bring in Randy Flores. Flores is going to come up. Yeah, Flores comes into the game with a 4.86 ERA. He's got no wins and no losses. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings, allowed 4 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Taking a look at the stats here for Roy. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, no ERA. Take a look at the box score here after 8 had been played in Busch Stadium. Reds scored 2 runs back in the 6th inning. It's 2 runs on 11 hits. The Cardinals scored a run in the 1st, a run in the 6th, 2 runs on 3 hits. We go to the top of the 9th, and it's 7, 8, and 9 due up for the Reds. Joey Votto, 1 for 3. Votto, 4-4, column 4, row 4, possible error. Whose error range are we checking? And that's going to be a 5-5. That's going to be a fly ball to Duncan. His error range is on a 1 to 20. That is a 3. It is an error. And it's a 1-base error as Duncan goes to throw it in, and instead he drops the ball behind him. And with that, Votto is on with an E7. Paul Bacco is a Votto. They're going to bring in a pinch runner here. And they're going to bring in Jeremy Hairston. Hairston's going to pinch run. And with that, Paul Bacco going to not take the hit here. Yep. So Bacco not going to take the hit. Instead, they're going to bring in Ryan Hannett. Ryan is going to come in. And no average just yet. He's been in 3 games and 1 at bat. So strategy roll is a 14. Infield at double play depth. And that'll be a 1-6. Column 1, row 6. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 3, the 12 is too high. And that'll be a 1-3. Column 1, row 3. It's a base hit past Zutris. And with that, Hairston will go to second, but does he pick up the third? Does he go to third? He will advance from first to third and balls it to the shortstop on a 5 to 6. That is a 4. He will hold. Bill Bray up. Bray not going to take the hit here. Instead, they are going to bring in Andy Phillips. Phillips will pinch hit. And with that, 17, still going to be a sac play here. So they are going to go for the sacrifice play here. Infield at double play depth, no outs, runners on first and second. The pitch to Phillips. He's batting a 182, by the way. And that'll be a 6-2. Column 6, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 3, the 11. Nope. Lead runner thrown out. Hitter safe at first. And with that, they get him out. They get the lead runner out. 1 out. Runners on first and second.
Everybody clap your hands.
All right, Randy Flores is tired. Strategy roll is a 20. It is a pickoff attempt. He doesn't pick anyone off. So the strategy roll, we will show that off. It is a 15. We go to the top of the order. Corey Patterson batting a 230. Runners on first and second. And that'll be a 6-6. Column 6, row 6. That is a walk on a 1 to 2. That is a 1. And that is going to load the bases up. So the bases are loaded with 1 out. And Jeff Kippinger is up. Randy Flores going to take they're gonna give him 1 more batter. He's gonna pitch to Kippinger. And that is going to be a 3-4, column 3, row 4. That is a blank. And that'll be a 5-3, column 5, row 3. And that's going to be a ground ball to Kennedy. He'll make the play there. And are they going to go for the double play? No, they are not. So with that, the out will be at first. Hannigan will score. Phillips will go to third. And Patterson goes to second. And the Reds take a 1-run lead with with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Ken Griffey Jr. is 1 for 4. Griffey going to take the hit here, and with that, Flores, one more. They're going to give him that. Strategy roll is a 5. They're going to leave Flores in there, see if they can get out Griffey. And that'll be a 2-4, column 2, row 4. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 6, the 9 is too high. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. And that's going to be a ground ball to Kennedy. He'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. So, with that, it is 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error. We go to the bottom of the 9th. And 2 left on, by the way. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Albert Pujols, Ryan Ludwig, and Troy Gladys due up for the Cardinals. And with that, for the Big Red Machine, they are going to bring in Francisco. Yep. So Francisco is going to come in for the save attempt here. And with that, at first base, they are going to bring in Scott Hattenberg. Hattenberg will take over at first. And for the catcher, it is going to be Ryan Hannigan. So he'll just come in to catch. Bottom of the 9th, Cardinals are down by 1. It's Albert Pujols, Ryan Ludwig, and Troy Gladys due up for the Cardinals. Pujols going to take the hit here, and that is going to be a 4-2, column 4, row 2. Strikeout plus on a 1 to 13. That is a 9. It is in range. Struck him out. Ryan Ludwig batting a 323. Ludwig's going to take the hit here. And that is going to be a 1-6, column 1, row 6. It's a range play. Whose range are we checking? And that is going to be a 4-3, column 4, row 3. It's a fly ball back there to Patterson. His range is on a 1 to 2.
Fly ball left center field. Tries to catch it.
It's a 1. Patterson makes the catch.
Boy, he had to cover a lot of ground to make that grab.
And Patterson is 6 for 13 on his range plays. And the Cardinals are now down to their last out. Troy Gladys, 0 for 2 with a walk. And that'll be a 2-2, column 2, row 2. That is a strikeout. On a 1 to 6, the 13 is too high. And that'll be a 4-5, column 4, row 5. Double star 5. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Kippinger will make the catch. Throws it over to Hattenberg. And that's the ball game as the Reds retire the Cardinals in order. No runs, no hits, and no errors, and none left on. The Cincinnati Reds defeat the St. Louis Cardinals of a final score of 3-2. Final line score coming right up. So the Reds come back to defeat the Cardinals 3-2. It's 3 runs on 12 hits and no errors for the Reds. The Cardinals 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. Bill Bray will get the win. Randy Flores picks up his first loss of the replay. And Francisco will pick up his 3rd save. Adam Dunn hits his 8th home run of the replay. And Rick Ankel hits his 4th. Take a look at the stats here. Bill Bray, who will get the win, he went 1 inning, allowed 2 strikeouts, an ERA of a 6.0. Randy Flores, the last pitcher up for the Cardinals, he'll pick up the loss today. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, an ERA of a 5.74. And Francisco Cordano will pick up his 3rd straight save of the replay. He went 1 inning, allowed 1 strikeout, an ERA of a 3.87. So with that, the Reds will improve to 11-17, and the Cardinals will drop to 17-11. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up on your way through the turnstile. And remember to click that bell notification to be notified of when new videos in the 2008 replay go up. And when I go live with all of the Philadelphia Phillies games. Until then, I'm Yoko007. We'll see you for another exciting game in the 2008 replay with Inside Pitch. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.